Ladies and gentlemen, you can see that we're currently 8 days into the new account challenge, and you can also see here that we got ourselves a free Michelangelo. Now he's currently not on the account because I was waiting for this video in order to claim him and actually build him up. And all we have to do is this, and just like that, he's officially on our account. Now if you want to go ahead and try the game out for yourself, make sure to use the link that's down in the description. Once you click it, it'll take you to a website where you actually fill in all your details, create a new account, log in, and then you'll be able to get these free rewards. This of course includes Michelangelo, who we just got after logging in for 7 days, and so you want to make sure that you create an account as fast as possible. This event only lasts until October the 31st, and you definitely don't want to miss out for reasons that you'll see in this video.
很久以前，仙界有一位与众不同的仙人，名叫哈基仙人。他不像其他仙人那样整日打坐，而是
Nah, the design is absolutely fire, man. He doesn't look cartoony at all, he's super realistic looking, and the accessories make him look even more better, if that's a word. Got the shoulder pad thing here, the kunais on the chest, some at the back of the shell too, with the M on the belt. One of the best designs, man. Okay, but now to gear him up, and I unfortunately don't have a set build, so we're basically just gonna see what we have. At our current level, it's basically a must to run some lifesteal gear, so that's the one that we're gonna be going with. Okay, so this one has accuracy, which is good. This one doesn't really have anything, and then the rest are just nothing.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we're currently on day 9. There was only I think 3 hours left until all of the dungeons close, and as you can see right here, they're now on like a daily timer thing. And since I only had 3 hours, I thought let me just grind and get him all the way up to 3 stars. And this is basically how he's looking right now. The stats aren't really the best. If we go ahead and take a look at the crit rate, yeah. And as for the pieces of gear that we're running, they're just... what can we say, man? It's basically just working with what I have. And of course, because I did ascend him to 3 stars, we actually unlocked this specific passive. He has a 15% chance to evade an enemy's skill and all of its accompanying effects. If this champion is under a taunt buff, the chance to evade is increased to 30. Whenever any of the turtles attack, this champion also jumps in to join that attack, but of course we don't have a single turtle on our account. Other than Mikey, of course. Places a shield buff equal to 300% of this champion's attack on this champion for 1 turn when they receive a bite? Oh no, it hit, my bad. Without this passive, he's one of the most squishy champions in the game, almost the same as Karato to be honest. And so this thing is just massive, man. You'll see later on. But as for the rest of the skills, the basic attack hits twice, and if it's a critical, he places an increased attack buff on him for 2 turns. Very nice. The second skill attacks one enemy, and before he attacks, he has a 75% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff on the target for 2 turns. Also has a 75% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn, and the hit ignores 25% of the opponent's defense if it's critical. And then after this, he applies a debuff spread effect, taking all debuffs from the opponent and placing them on every single enemy. That's absolutely insane, man, and you'll actually see why. We'll ignore 25% of each target's resistance if the final attack was critical. Unfortunately, our crit rate isn't really... yikes. And as for the last one, attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff and a leech debuff for 2 turns. We'll ignore 25% of each target's resistance if it's critical, then places a taunt on this champion for 2 turns. The taunt makes it so that only Mikey can be targeted by the enemy, basically. What a kit, man. What a kit. How many debuffs is this? Okay, we have increased attack, that's a buff. Decreased defense, a stun, debuff spread. Decreased attack, leech, and a taunt. And then to mention the passive, we have evade, a shield. Oh my goodness. Nah, this dude is an absolute game changer, man. But of course we have to put him to the test now that he's fully built, and the best place to do that is in the campaign, where I'm currently struggling to get the sacred shard that you see down there. Yes, in the last video I did manage to get stars on all of these, but the final boss is still a problem. But hopefully with Mikey now on the team, please man, please. Wait, Tahanarak also has debuff spread. So if she spreads the debuff and then he spreads the debuff, will they spread twice? Okay, but we're basically done with the first round here, ending it with a full bar of health. But of course the boss is the biggest issue. Yeah, the shield just comes in clutch, man. The only problem is the taunt, I would say, because he basically becomes the target for a while. And during that you can basically die. Oh my goodness. Like how we're almost... Yep. Yep. Very unfortunate. Man, I really thought he'd be able to. Okay, so what's wrong exactly? Maybe not. It has to be the gear. That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe we put HP instead of attack. Let me try. Let me try. Hey, and we're finally at the boss. Uh-oh. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, it appears that I either have to take him to level 60, which is 6 stars, or the champion's good, guys, I promise. It's probably just by build. Maybe if I try running him with Uugo. Okay, first wave down. Boom! Like a shotgun. Alright, we're currently at the boss. This is the moment of truth. Ooh, Uugo? Uugo? Hmm. Hmm. So I basically have to rank up one of these all the way up until 6 stars, and then I can complete the brutal campaign. Because right now we're getting beaten up, we're struggling, man, it is not easy. And if you go ahead and check the tavern, we only have 2 5-star champions, which means we need 3 more, and oh my, that's a whole grind, man. It definitely is possible. The best way to do this, of course, is to do brutal campaign stage 12 at this third fight right here. And so the whole setup that you want to do is you want to run a single damage dealer who basically just completes the stage, and then the other champions you want to put some that you're going to be using as food champions. Unfortunately my Mikey is very inconsistent, so I'll use Tahanarak for this. Bringing one champion is the most effective way of actually leveling up others and gaining as much XP as you can, because when it comes to brews in this game, which is basically the ISO, it's very limited. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes and we're currently at the last round. You can see that Tahanarak is doing just fine, man. We should be using Karato instead of her since he'd be able to finish the fights much faster, but yeah, Karato's not really that great. Hopefully it's the gear that I'm having, hopefully it's the fact that he's not at level 60. Maybe I'm just coping, I don't know, man. And yup, just like that. This is basically the setup you want to be doing, and this is what you'll also be doing for like 90% of the game, cause ranking up your champions to 6 stars is a must. You can see that without 6 stars we're currently stuck at stage 7, but trust me guys, the moment we get one of these, it's basically GG's. And here we have someone we can take to rank 3, but unfortunately I don't have anyone that's not leveled up. This would basically just be wasting experience. And so in cases like that, we basically just want to go open some shards. The green ones, of course, because these ones are pretty cheap. Uh-oh. Okay, in cases like these, we basically want to make 2-star champions of our own. And the tip of not actually wasting your brews comes in handy right here. We can use 2 of these bruises or brews to take someone up all the way up until the max. And then using a 1-star, we take them to 2 stars. Then we just do the same for another champion. We put 2. And then we upgrade the rank. And just like that, we have 2 2-stars that we can use to rank up the other one. Boom! In this process, oh my goodness, you need 3 2-stars with 1 being max level, and then you use 2 of the other 2 stars to feed into the other one. Then they become a 3-star. And then with the 3 stars, you need 4 3 stars, 1 max leveled, then you use the 3 other 3 stars to feed the maxed out 3 star. Then it goes to 4 star. Then you need 5 4 stars with 1 maxed out 4 star. Then you use 4 4 stars to feed that 1 4 star. And then for the 5 stars, you need 6 of them, of course. And then 6, they're basically the same thing over and over again. It's a process that requires a lot of energy, and I think it'll take you around maybe 800 energy to do so. Probably more. Now, instead of doing that, you can also just use chickens that count as the star rarity itself. And so instead of using 4-star champions, I can basically just use these. Now, specifically when it comes to missions, we are at a bit of a roadblock, because we need to fuse the Justiciar, who's basically this dude right here, and we're missing 2 champions to actually do so. These ones drop from the campaign, but it's totally up to RNG, so it could take like 16 energy to get one, or even 1,000 to be honest. But back to Michelangelo, there's a strategy I have to show you guys because it's pretty busted. Alright, so we're currently on my main account with a level 60 Mikey. In order to do this strategy, you need a champion that places HP burn. And for this we have a Lineroll who places 1 on her basic attack. So we simply have to go to the spider's den, and yeah, this is basically the team. And you want to make sure that the HP burner goes before Mikey. And unfortunately here, that's not the case. Okay, it should be fine though. Boom! Okay, and now we want to place HP burn on the main spider, which is this, just like that. And then when it's Mikey's turn again, this is where we need the debuff spread. As soon as we throw this, the HP burn then goes onto the other spiders, and once they take a turn, just look man, just look. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. And just like that, man, it's a very simple strategy. Obviously there are some weaknesses and it's not a guaranteed win, but I think it's still pretty cool, man. But that is pretty much it as far as the new account goes. We do have some pulls saved up, though it's not really that much. Faction Wars, I do it every day, but this is as far as I am right now. Clan bosses, I'm currently at the normal difficulty. Chimera, yeah, it's basically impossible. We only did 59,000 damage. That's crazy. But that is pretty much it for the video. Make sure to join my Discord group. The link will be down in the description. And if you want to go ahead and create a new account for yourself, then be sure to use the link that's down in the description. You'll be able to get yourself some incredible free champions that can take your account pretty far. And there's currently a TMNT collab going on where you can get yourself a free Michelangelo just by logging in for 7 days. You definitely don't want to miss it, and I'm pretty sure it goes away on October the 31st, so make sure to claim those rewards for yourself. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!